You are watching the greatest geek talk show ever, filled with 3D printing, prop making, and a whole lot of Star Wars nerding, with our host, Dan the Law from Inside the Booth, Tony, the Jigsaw Jedi from Docking Bay 327, Sean, I Can't Stop Weathering Things Cash from Try to Finish Something, and Ron, the arcade guru from CG Artist. And welcome our special guest, Christopher Hopper, an author, musician, and voice actor. Welcome to the reView Geek Talk Show. Now, on to the show.
Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome. Obviously, you guys see that we have a special guest with us today, Christopher Hopper, the guy who writes books and does music and voice acts and everything else.
Thank you. Great welcome. To be here, guys. This is awesome. I'm stoked.
Yes. Just put applause.
There it is.
Woo! All right. Yeah. So, Sean, Ron, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Chris, good. Definitely good. You. How you doing?
I'm feeling great. I'm just honored to be here. Three handsome men. I mean, come on. On a Tuesday night, let's go.
Right. Let's go. It's all about the men tonight.
No music.
Yeah, no music. We got a couple of people that came in early. They said, "Hey, Bub," and then we got Uncle Mike. And so what's up, everybody watching? And those that are watching that might not say hello, we just want to say hello and thank you for being here.
Mm-hmm.
So Christopher Hopper writes books. Does anybody have any questions before we get really in? Well, we are getting into it. So Sean, Ron, you're kind of new with Chris. Did you guys do any research, and did you figure out any questions to ask?
Research, no. Questions, plenty.
Okay.
Because I feel intimidated now. I feel scared.
Nope. Time to put the spotlight right on you.
That's right.
Nice. We like that.
Well, can I start out actually just by saying that the intro was killer. I showed that to my family tonight at dinner, and it was creative. It was fun. You know, it gave me a sense of kind of where you guys are at with the show. And so I was like, yes, I get to be on with these guys tonight. It's going to be great. So, and a shout out to Nikki. Yeah. Good to see you on online there, Nikki. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. The amazing leader.
Oh, Lord.
Leader. Well, if we want to start out with questions, I do have one burning question. So a little background is I can no longer operate a motor vehicle without a audiobook playing. It just can't be done.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, and I should have done some research, but I haven't. Are your books available in audiobook format?
They are.
I should probably preface this by saying I also suffer from this condition, Ron. It is sweeping the land right now. I dare say it's an epidemic.
Yeah.
And so I feel it is my obligation to humankind and the race across like pan globe, even into the intergalactic realms, to provide audio content and make that available in any way that I can. So I'm just doing my part, Ron. You feel me?
Awesome. Oh yeah.
So to answer
I'm adding
your question,
you to the library then.
Yeah. Across Audible, I believe we just opened up to Spotify, iTunes. So wherever you get your audiobooks, many of my novels can be found. Not all of them. Some of them are exclusive to Audible just because they're the big boy on the block still. But yeah, it is my obligation to keep you occupied in your car, safely driving, getting to and from wherever you're going. I'm there for you, buddy.
Cool. I don't know about safely. I mean, I get enthralled into a story, and then all of a sudden, I'm home and my bumper is halfway up. No, I'm just kidding. But you get, it's like you're at your destination, and if you're like me, you're sitting in the driveway because you got to finish up this last little bit of the chapter. I need to know what happens next, and dogs are like, what the hell? Why isn't he coming in? And I'm
Right.
just sitting there listening.
Ron, can I ask if you also suffer for, I don't know, like if this bleeds over, but for me, it bleeds over into lawn mowing. Oftentimes when I'm on a walk, I do the dishes now to audiobooks. I'm the dish cleaner in the household. That's my chore every night.
Yeah, me too.
So my man. All right. See,
I don't know if I'm happy about
feeling this, Ron. I'm feeling this.
It moves into dog walking. It got so bad that I purchased, and this is a plug for Meta, who were not sponsors, by the way, but I bought those Meta glasses only because earbuds don't work in these tiny little ears. And when I have the glasses on, the sound is like right there. And
Interesting.
That's perfect for audiobooks. I don't care about the camera and all that, but I just love just the way they sound. You know?
Cool.
Yeah. So,
like
but yeah, it's gotten into that. Lawn mowing a little bit. It gets into that, you know, or when I'm in the garage not filming something, you know, when I'm just building something and I need to get it done. Yeah, it's on like a little portable speaker. So, yep. The sad part is you go through the stories so damn fast and you're like, wow, what do I listen to now? But then good old Audible is just like, who are also not sponsors, but they should be. Audible is like, based on what you've listened to, here's your recommendations. And you're like, yes, it's like using a movie, right?
That's right. I love it. Well, that's a great first question. I'm glad you didn't look it up because I had something to say, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
and along those same lines, because I have friends I came from radio, so I have friends that do voiceover for audiobooks, and you voice a lot of your own audiobooks. I can't tell if you voiced all of them because I went and I sampled some of them. Do you ever see, or have you done, having somebody else take over one of your books and do the voiceover for them?
Yeah, so I feel very privileged to have worked with a range of voice actors.
Okay.
Including my wife, which that's probably been my favorite to record together and to do so live. Sometimes it demands, scheduling demands that you have to do one or the other, but being live in the same room is really fun. But yeah, so I've R.C. Bray, the great R.C. Bray, has done several of the books in Ruins of the Earth and Ruins of the Galaxy, arguably the #1 military sci-fi voice actor of all time, of a generation. He's incredible. Daniel Wisniewski, Rebecca Woods did my Infinita trilogy, which is I was very fortunate to have them before they blew up. I get to say I knew them when.
Right.
And then, yeah, threw my own hat in the ring, partly because of my background on stage and behind the microphone. And then just always, anything with the creative arts has kind of been in my DNA, especially accents and characterization. And I thought, who better than the author to communicate some of these things? So that doesn't hold true on all of my stories, but one series in particular, Imperium Descent, was very near and dear to my heart. And I thought, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for that book and really put it before my core super fans to say, hey, if you guys I realize I'm going to have to filter out some of the bias here. So, but if you really think this is worth pursuing, I'm going to do the series. And they gave it a thumbs up, which was really fun. So
cool.
I've loved it. I really enjoy it. It's very demanding. It's a whole different discipline, as you know. I see the sound proofing there on your walls, the treatments, and your microphone. So you know the drill. It's very difficult, but very rewarding, I'll say.
Now, as somebody that's that creative and you're writing all of your own books, and you've obviously got thoughts, and there are things as you're putting pen to paper or keyboard to screen, and you've got this story that's going in your head. Do you find it hard to then give that to an actor and say, well, I hope they capture the essence of what I was writing? Because I would think that even as somebody, I mean, you look at like J.K. Rowling or somebody, it's like she has an idea for that character. And then when you hand that over to somebody else, it might not be the read that you dreamed in your head. I mean, how is it letting go of that creative, that thought process and letting somebody else voice something that you thought of?
Wow, that's a beautiful question, and I think a poignant one. So I grew up in the recording industry. My father was a record producer, and my earliest memories are taking naps under his recording consoles in the studios that he operated. And so I say that because I was raised in an environment of collaboration.
Okay.
And an optimistic creative environment in which we always believed somebody else was better than us. And it wasn't an ego thing. It was a matter of fact. And the more that you could surround yourself with people better than you, the better you became. So with that in mind, and I'll partner that with the idea of prolificness. A lot of people think that they only have one good idea. That to me is tragic. If you have two good ideas, you actually have an infinite number of ideas. The moment you break one, if you get beyond one, now it's exponential. And so once you realize that I'll never exhaust all of my ideas, it kind of, the FOMO bleeds away, and it becomes much more about, wait, who can do this better than me? And so now I think there are exceptions to this. You could certainly give your art to someone who is not capable of handling it, right? That's a reality. But for the most part, and I feel very fortunate here, that everyone who has taken one of my books far exceeded my expectations.
Nice.
And I mean, probably my favorite voice actor of all time is Mark Boyette, and he did my Resonant Sun series with Jeff Chaney. And he voices this artificial intelligence that we wrote named Lars. And I remember I was sitting in the parking lot in Disney World. My kids, going back to you, Ron, like sitting in the car. My kids were in Disney World, and I was in the car. I could not get out because I was so riveted. The publisher had just sent me the book, and I'm like, okay, I actually have to go now. I couldn't pull myself away from his acting. It was so magical to hear him perform it. So yeah, so to answer your question, I feel very, very, very fortunate to have incredible people. And I love, even if it wasn't what I intended, I'm free enough, I think, going back to that studio analogy there, I'm free enough in the creative expression to trust that that's what they thought was best. And I'm okay with that. I don't want to hold so tightly that I miss an opportunity for magic to be made.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And it's funny because I come from a radio background, and I find a humbleness to your thoughts on that. And I appreciate it because the entertainment industry is not full of people that share that same mentality. There are a lot of people that think they're the best person for that job. And so I commend you at knowing when to say somebody else might be able to do a better job than what I dreamed of this. And I think that's awesome.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks. I appreciate that. Very kind words. I think it comes down to just had the publisher come in on another series. It's narrated by Christopher Grant. I think because he has the best first name in the world, that I felt, more inclined to let him have free reign. But they always give you a list of like pronunciation guides and things you want them to pay attention to. I think I filled out one of those 5 or 6 years ago. I don't anymore. I just let him do it. Let him. How dare I be that? I don't want to be that author that's like, well, listen, I listened to chapter 14.3 and on minute 49.6780, you slightly mispronounced the word ooh. God, go do something else. Go do something else.
There are plenty of people that would do that, though.
Yeah, there are. So at least the ego is in check, so that's good. That's good. That's awesome. Has anyone approached you about trying to do any type of visual representation of any of your books, like be it animated or television series or larger?
Good question. Yes, and it is one of I think that the book to screen, whatever screen we want to say and in whatever format, journey is basically like dealing with the Russian mafia on meth at an all-night rager.
Wow. And nothing against the meth head Russian mafia people.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
right.
God, nothing, right?
People.
God, but it is like, forget the Wild West. It's not the Wild West. It is just the freakiest, weirdest environment. And if like, I'll when I watch Netflix or when I watch something come up, I'm like, I know the journey that takes place to get these things to screen, and it is monolithic. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. It is painful. And so when everybody asks, so when is your book going to be a movie? I'm like, probably never. Like, if it happens, I'm all for it. And we've had conversations, and there've been emails, and it's high and it's low, and it's yes and it's no, and it's, we'll get back to you, and the phone never rings, and it's so
sucks.
weird. So the old adage is, don't believe it until it's on the screen and the check clears.
Right.
So you have to rely on some fan films then.
Yes.
Hey, I'm there. I'm there.
And it's funny because if you're a fan of any of the streaming platforms, there's some terrible stuff on there. There is some stuff on there that has been greenlit, and so you have to wonder, what did those people do to get this terrible thing on Netflix when there's good stuff out there that can't make it on Netflix?
Sean, we probably can't mention what they did on air, but
I
there
had
was
a
things
couple
done.
examples in my head, and I just decided not to say them.
I hope it was as exciting for them as I imagine it to be, but probably not.
I wonder that about so many things, designs, like somebody okayed this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, brother.
Cybertruck. What?
Oh my goodness.
I thought we
My
weren't
wife and I
making
must
that.
have that conversation at least once a week.
And I love where a lot of your stuff with I love the setting for a lot of your stuff with just that whole dystopian kind of feel. And I mean, that's right up my alley. And I know that Ron and Dan, and I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we love to build and do things like that. So, I mean, that's you're singing our language there.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
I can't help it. Anytime I listen to audiobooks, my brain just goes towards how could I animate that? Or just how can I get what's in here of how I think that scene would play out,
Yeah.
I've approached a couple of authors, but I'm sure you're probably in the same boat. It gets away from you where the publisher kind of has to give that go ahead. You can't really say, yeah, go ahead and do it. They kind of have to do it. So you got to rely on the fan film.
It's true, but
the
the author has sway, and if the author wants to make it happen, they're going to lean into it. So pitch me something, Ron. Come on, pitch me.
I will.
There you go. Yeah,
I will.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I've had the privilege of working on, and I will steal and paraphrase something I saw Adam Savage say, that I've had the privilege of doing props on a couple movies, and as Adam Savage has said multiple times, most of the props that you're going to work on are terrible films. And I think that from what I've read of your stuff and what I've listened to of your stuff, I think that would be a really cool project. And I hope that when your books do become movies, there's a lot of actual prop making and not as much CGI and AI stuff. I just think that it lends itself to some practical, really cool prop.
So
especially if it's used smartly, right?
Yeah.
Like you use AI to, not because you can, Lucas, but because it helps to truly tell a story. Like, for example, if you need a set extension, if something in your set is just super far away and it just makes no sense to build this thing,
it's out of focus. It's
use
way in the
CG
back.
that way, right? Yeah, or stuff in the
Absolutely.
background, just visual interest, but not in your face. Oh my God, this character with long ears. I'm not naming any characters, but anyway.
I accidentally said that I didn't like Jar Jar Binks to one of my children.
Yeah.
And my son, I mean, they're like teenagers and 20s, and my son, who is the biggest Star Wars fan, we watch everything together.
Yeah.
He had never heard me utter those words before, and I didn't realize I'd never confessed this out loud. He's 16. He looks at me crestfallen,
Oh,
like just devastated. He's like, "Dad, you don't like Jar Jar Binks?" I was like, "Oh damn!" Like
Because you weren't
my
5
son.
when it came out.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
And it was at that point they learned something about each other.
Yeah, it's like I just fell from grace. I'm no longer the esteemed father figure. I'm just some guy who,
You used to be cool.
who sleeps in the bedroom with his mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron. How
Anyway,
about
to your point, Ron, I think that's true. I was gonna say that I just saw so one of my favorite authors of all time, and I credit him as the person who got me interested in reading when I was a teenager, is named Stephen R. Lawhead. And he has been in production for the last couple of years for his Pendragon series, which I loved. And I think they did a lot of the filming in Europe, like Czech Republic, some of these not as expensive places, but really fit the bill for the fantasy style that he was shooting. And the trailer was just released for it. It's finally completed. It debuts. I think it just debuted this week, actually, streaming. And what was so interesting was it's one of those productions that they spent a lot of money on it, but not Game of Thrones money, right? So it's a solid. Forgive me, and I am totally happy being put in my place if this is not true. It's a solid B entry, maybe even B plus, right? But it's not going to be an A tier,
right?
But right away, and you could see in the comment sections, people saying things like, "This is what you get when you film on location. This is what you get when you use real props. This is what you get when the environments are only slightly modified by AI and CGI and not fully." And I was like, yeah, and I think I do suspect we're gonna see that more and more.
Yeah,
I hope so. With AI now and doing stuff,
I think
hopefully,
there is a. I think there is. We see it in music. I see it in writing. I see it in a lot of things. But it's like when you. I recently got. I've always painted. I love painting, mostly for family and friends. But I started doing more pieces this fall, and something that was happening to me, because I have to use AI every day in all of our processes, right? It's inevitable now. Yeah. But I found myself wanting to touch something physical and create something physically that no one else could do. There's only one of them in the world, and I can stand back and say, I made that at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I have to say, Christopher, and I think that explains a lot. And I'll refer to Nikki Hurlbutt 6802 in the comments. I think that the painting aspect of it is lending itself to how you're really able to describe a scene in your books, because you understand the illustration, and then you're describing what your mind's eye is seeing. And I think that painting background is what really helps you write. And I think I think the two of those work really well together for somebody that is an author or a director or anybody that has that artistic ability and then the ability to describe what they're seeing. And I definitely think that probably helps you out.
Well, thank you. Wow. I feel I'm surrounded by very insightful men tonight. This is wonderful.
Well, it's funny because and we've talked about this many times, but my daughter's going to school for screenwriting and directing and that kind of stuff. And she's an amazing painter, and she can draw and paint and all of that kind of stuff. And she really gets into the storyboards and the drawing the things out. And I think that lends itself to a better storyteller like yourself, who's able to paint and do all that stuff. And you're artistic in more than just putting a story together. You've got other aspects of your life that really gives you that perspective. And I think that's really needed with somebody that has the birth of stuff that you've done. I mean, you've got a ton of stuff out there.
Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that. You're very kind.
All right, so let's wrap this up so I can go get that stuff. There goes my subscription. Thanks.
There goes those credits are just flying
now
out
I got to
the
buy
door.
more credits.
Exactly.
3 for 1 great price.
That's right. Oh,
Oh, your
you're-
lights went off.
9:30.
oh,
9:30. That's when the lights turn off.
Automated.
That's it, guys. Gotta go. Hope you had a great. Wait,
Your
hold on. I'm
credits
gonna
right
try
now.
this with So I just set up this. Talk about nerds. So my best friend has his whole house set up with smart devices, and I'm like, all right, I need to do this. I can't be a card carrying nerd and not have the same thing. So I put switches in. I put
Yep.
lights in. I'm doing like it's gonna be and I keep telling my wife like I'm doing this for you, babe, and she's like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
no, you're not.
This
Yeah.
whole room is for her.
And it's funny because I've gotten into a lot more 3D printing than I used to. It's one of those things that it's like I'm trying to print more of it instead of hand building it all from scratch. And I've been using a lot of Whiteys Wicked Workshops. David White, he's got a bunch of stuff where he goes through Galaxy's Edge and takes pictures of things and then tries to recreate those. And I've honestly been driving the guy crazy because I want them to be more useful than an object from Galaxy's Edge. I want to take this thing that's a hidden Mickey ears and I want to use it to cover a light socket. And he's like, dude, that's not the way it was designed. I'm like, yeah, I know, but if you did this, and it's like, and then I'm driving the guy crazy because I want it to be a smart device that I can hide something in to control. And he's like, oh my God, stop messaging me. I don't want to do this.
Even though he
That's
loves it.
Great.
I keep telling myself that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's cool.
I love all the chats coming through. Hey everybody.
Yeah, hi
Very
everybody.
fun.
I did throw them up on the screen, so
Yeah.
yep. So Ron, why don't you show what you just showed me earlier, the thing that you printed and started to paint. And you said you kind of created it in AI, then you printed it on your 3D printer.
Speaking of AI, so I made some I started off with some 3D prints and put some stuff together, and I was like, I wonder, I'm gonna send it to ChatGPT and just say, hey, how can I make this better? And it blew me away with the image, and I was like, oh wow, just stuff I hadn't even thought of. So then I thought, okay, I'm gonna take that image and take it to an AI 3D program and see if I can make a file that I can then take to the printer and print off. And so this is what I came up with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna make you bigger.
There you go.
There you
So
go.
this is just a wall panel. It's resin printed. And that's what I was working on earlier, was just adding some more paint to it. So I have to do some touch up, and then there's going to be some colors in there and everything as well. But yeah, so this went from an image of something that I made out of MDF, took to ChatGPT. It one-upped me. Then I took that to another tool, and now I have a tangible product that I'm actually hand painting. See, AI can't do the hand painting part.
There's not that I'm surprised, but there's an AI out there like a ChatGPT that you can then create an STL file from that.
Yeah.
From
So
the image.
Oh, really?
So there's image to 3D now. So now you can make action figures.
Wow.
You can figure yourself, so you can make your own little action figure, which I'm so
That's what I'm
happy.
gonna do.
And I'm gonna 3D print that. Yep. And then take them and
I make
anywho.
hopper
So,
in right
and
now.
they're pretty good. Like, they optimize the model like for rigging. In fact, you can even do the texturing and the rigging all in one program. Stuff that would have just took me hours and
We
days.
live in an amazing time.
It is amazing and kind of sad. Like, I went to school for graphic artists and animation and all, and all that time and money spent, when now I just type in what I want and it's done. And
it's done.
It's a double-edged sword.
Is that
sure. Like, it's
anyone
awesome.
who has anyone who has printed stuff like you, Ron? A spool will give you a lot of things out of one spool. It will take you a long time, and I hate to admit, because I've like fine-tuned and tinkered with the thing that David created, I went through an entire spool of things that didn't work before I got
in there.
Work. And with that kind of creativity, being able to give you an output that's going to work, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then obviously, if you have any skill in any of the 3D programs like Blender or Fusion 360, you just use, or at least I just use AI to get me halfway there. Then I can manipulate it from there. And I hope that's how Hollywood and all these other places use AI. In fact, Christopher, I hate to say this, but I'm on a audiobook right now that is using an AI voice. Please don't ever go to AI voice. It's so flat, and simple things is just pronouncing so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, for example, it's like, he called 911. Like, come on, how did you mess that up? Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Mini tangent. Sorry, I digress.
I as somebody that did radio for 18 years of my life, I think that's where I draw the line. I love the creativity that AI can enhance, but it hasn't gotten to a point yet that you can just hands up, throw a script into AI and just hope it comes out right, because it just doesn't understand yet. I'm sure it'll get there, but it just doesn't yet.
Yeah, but man, and then it does. Every voice is the same, and the thing that I like about most of the author or the narrators of audiobooks is they're able to convey a female voice and change the accent of a character, and it makes me, for a moment believe these are two totally different people. And AI is just, it's so weird. It's just flat, man. It's so. And it's a good story too. This person did not have to do that. So Christopher, please don't ever do that. Ever. Even if it gets good, just don't do it.
Christopher, I love your humble attitude of you can hand it over to a great voice actor and let them mispronounce what you had in your head. But AI doing it, not the same.
It's a different kind of pain.
It is a kind of pain. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it is the topic of the day. Like, we can't escape of it. It comes up everywhere right now, and I think that the pros and cons as we continue to find our way, navigate our way through this, it's ever changing. It's changing quickly, and the iterations are happening faster and faster. It's a challenge to remember, I think, who we are as humans and how we insert ourselves into the creative process, where we insert ourselves into the creative process. And most people who I end up talking to about these issues, they tend to think of it as a binary. It's a good or a bad. And I'm like, man, there is so much nuance. And so most of the conversations that I enjoy having are with people who understand nuance and take the time to process that, to do their own research, to think deeply about important and meaningful things. So, for instance, let's just take voice AI as one example, because I too have heard plenty that I'm just like, oh wow, that we use the word around our house. That was special. That was special. And yet, here's an important factor to remember, that for some of the voice actors I have worked with, they are in the substantial 5-figure neighborhood to produce a book. And that's a significant investment. When I have people, young writers, teenage writers, people who their whole life has been about, my dream is to write a book, and suddenly they have the power to do that with some of these LLMs. And then they go, everybody's like, hey, get this on Audible. And they're like, I looked into that, and I don't have $5,000.
Yeah.
I don't have $12,000. I don't have $35,000. That's real figure.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it becomes much more accessible when you can say, hey, let's partner, let's use AI. Of course, we have to talk about the ethics of it. Of course, we have to talk about all those things. Sadly, I think a lot of those conversations are actually being left in the dust. Things are accelerating so quickly.
Yeah.
But I try to keep an open mind with things as much as possible. For me, my commitment is always I have to put my name on it at the end of the day, and you won't get to see you don't get to see how the cookies are made, but I promise you, I'm going to give you one of the best cookies you've ever tasted. Now, for people who actually know the jargon and know how we move through things, I just sold a company in which we had produced a number of, I got to be careful how I say this because I can't breach my NDA, a number of audio elements. And all of them were AI actors that we had licensed legally and did our homework. And it was all AI generated voices because we had such an accelerated timeline and a very limited budget to do it. However, every single word went through Pro Tools with this mouse and these hands on a keyboard. Every word. And when I sent those out, people had no clue. Like everybody was like, where did you find these actors? They were fantastic. I'm like, I did my job. My job. And so I think there's this interesting amalgamation of like, when I say, how are we human with the art? Like, it's just what you guys have already mentioned. It's not throwing the baby out with bathwater. Not that anybody could anymore. Pandora's box is opened. But it's also not going, hey, it's a fire and forget missile. Just make it happen. It's like, ooh, that cream is not going to rise to the top because that ain't cream. Right. And so I think it's just like if you'll permit me to wax a little bit historical, like all technological innovations, they have a way of sorting humanity, and humanity has a way of sorting them. So if we get past a bit of the pandemonium and the scariness of it, and the hyper proliferation, but also the hyperbole around some of the concepts, I think we find a really beautiful sweet spot, and we get better if we do it well. And this is the last thing I'll say, and I'll shut up and let somebody else talk. But it goes back to Nikki's comment when she said AI scares me. What's so funny to me is that I know Nikki, and I know Dan, and I'm now presuming to know a little bit of you guys. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we all grew up with things like Star Wars. And we all grew up thinking, wouldn't it be great to have C-3PO in my house? Wouldn't it be great to have R2-D2? Wouldn't it be great? And all of a sudden, here we are, and it's happened.
Yeah,
we have C-3PO, and what are people do? The people who should be going, this is awesome, are like, oh no, we're all gonna die.
We are all gonna die, though.
You forgot your childhood. Can we bring a sense of wonder to this again?
Actually,
and believe in humanity. I'll land my plane there.
I will say I am big into the whole robotics scene, and I want that to explode. I know what that could mean, but wow. Boston Dynamics, here is my money.
And and I will say, Christopher, I love your comments about a young writer that wants to get the voiceover for their book. And I will say, and my complaint earlier with all of these things that you just throw out there, I would say, and you would probably know this better than me, you can probably do it and it'd be affordable, but I wouldn't just dump my book into ChatGPT and just go with whatever it does, because I work with AI all the time. I do audio messaging all the time using AI, and it takes going through and going, okay, even though this word doesn't have an exclamation point after, I want the tone to go up here, and I'm going to put a period here, and I'm going to do this because I'm going to take this pronunciation and I'm going to spell it a different way so that it gets what I want out of it. You, as that young author, you have to take the time to make sure that you get that great reading out of AI instead of just going, well, hope it gets it right. And I think that's the difference.
Yeah, man, you're reminding me of something I'm going to connect two thoughts together. One is the great Ira Glass wrote this incredible piece about your sense of style. And he said that when you first start out in the artistic world, you know what's good, but you don't know enough to make what you do good yet. And the only way you get there, and he says, I wish somebody would have told me this much sooner because I made this mistake more than anyone else I know, he says, is the only way you get there is by doing a lot of work. And then one day, and I'm fast forwarding here, one day what you envisioned happening becomes reality because your innate sense of style, the thing that got you in the game, finally marries with your ability to produce it. And I think that is really true with regard to what we're talking about here, because this is the second component. A friend of mine who helped me build what I now use, it's a multi-agent, it's coding software that they use to write code with, but to write novels with. And it employs several siloed agents to create what we do. It now has, using RAG systems, it has access to all of my books, and it's all self-contained. It's beautiful. It's amazing. But I have moved from pure author to director. But my buddy who set this up had made a great point. He's like, but not many people, younger people, cannot do what you're doing yet because they do not have decades of experience in the creative arts to know what is tasty and what isn't.
Yeah,
that is something that you bring in. Even if somebody had all the same exact tools as you, what you are going to produce with those tools is very different than what they could or would. And I sat there, Sean, and I'm like, this is technology 101 for every iteration of the human experience. It's the same story over and over again. And it just it's dressed up differently. It uses, different whatever, but it's the same story. How do you use what you've been given? Right. And it's your taste that keeps you in the game.
Yeah. Being a painter, you could see that. I mean, you hand paints and a brush and a canvas to two people, one with just, schooling and knowledge and all that. And then someone who, like, oh, well, that's easy, and see what happens. Right. I mean, you could take this to every medium, carpentry, painting. It's just, it goes on. And it really is history repeating itself. Because, the internet's never going to take off. Just saying.
Sure. Yeah, and computers are going to wipe out humanity, and they're going to take over everything. It's like,
that's right. Computers are going to take over everything.
All the way through history. Everybody's been afraid of the next technological level.
Yeah, the automobile instead of the horse and buggy will never make it.
Yeah,
never,
exactly,
never.
I want to go back to the horse and buggy.
My wife had this great comment. She said my wife is a classic introvert. She's very quiet, but when she opens her mouth, it's like the profoundness comes out. I just say crap all the time and nobody cares. She says something, everybody's like, what? And she said, what's really interesting? She said, 100 years ago, everybody had a horse, but only the wealthy had a car. Today, everybody's got a car, but only the wealthy have a horse.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh man, I was like, babe, you gotta copyright that. That's good stuff.
Could be on
right
a fortune
there.
cookie or something. Waiting for my electric horse.
So as somebody that has, I don't know, what do you have, 25 plus, 30 plus books? I mean, you're somebody that's always putting that out there. I have to imagine you're walking around with a notebook and you're always like jotting things down with the next idea that you want to have. How do you manage all of those ideas for what's next for you?
Oh, that's a good question. So I have some dump tanks that every idea goes into. I've been a big fan of Evernote for a long, long time. It's a great way to capture things digitally for me, but I love seeing you hold up your paper notebook because I have a stack of those right down here. And I'm always carrying one around to do my sketches in. And there's something very cathartic about the physical input of information. And there's studies on that, and people could read that. But I also am a fan of digital because I get to scan things and search things really quickly.
Yeah.
So at some point, though, it's going back to the same idea I said earlier. If you have more than one, right? If you only have one, then you operate from scarcity. If you have more than one, the moment you have two, now you have infinite, and you're no longer operating from scarcity. You're operating out of, out of this prolific prosperity concept. And so it much more becomes about marrying what do I want to make and who would enjoy it, and connecting those two things. And they have lots of reasons for both. And it's kind of like this ultimate Venn diagram. If you can find that sweet spot in the middle where both of those things, for all their various reasons, work, and you have the ability, the talent, the time, the opportunity, the resources to do that work, oh my goodness, it's like I pinch myself still. Like I write much less than I have in the last 2 years. My output has been very minimal. I don't need to put out a whole lot of content anymore.
Mm-hmm.
My fans aren't happy about that, but I've chosen that because of our lifestyle as a family, to focus more time on our children and to take back some of the things that we lost over the years. So it's been intentional, but so I realize I am an elitist saying this to you. Okay. So I own that. I fully understand it, to be able to say, yes, you do need to write more. Thank you. Yeah, I hear that. It's on the screen now. Great. Are you happy? So, I didn't mean to do that. I think it was my iPhone.
That happened?
Wow. Yeah, I didn't see it.
But with that said, if you can find that territory, man, it really brings things to alignment. So I'll pull out of all those hundreds and hundreds of notes the things that I go, hey, I think the audience might really like this. And what do I mean by that? It's a very specific audience. We target our demographics very specifically. There are specific tropes we have to hit. One of the reasons I took a break from writing Ruins of the Earth for over 2 years was I needed a break from the tropes. They were hitting way too close to home. There's stuff that was happening and still is happening in society that made it very hard for me as an artist to process. I've just now returned to that world, and I'm able to shape it in ways that I think challenge some of the status quo thematically, while still not offending the core audience. Yeah. But maybe causing them to think about things they've never thought about, or in ways they've never thought about it before. And so now that I have that new little hook for me, I'm now invested in the story again. Whereas before it was hitting way too close to home, and I needed distance I needed to put it to bed for a while, because that is military science fiction. Yeah. It's very specific. And there are things that I write for the audience that I might not agree with, that I don't like, that aren't interesting to me, but it serves the audience who I'm writing for, which is the reason I got into that game with that series. So again, the Venn diagram, balancing all those things, this is very nuanced. When people are like, I just want to write a book for everybody, I'm like, no, that's not true. Yeah. You don't want to write a book for everybody because no one would read that book. What do you mean? My mother and my daughter are both women. They're both they have the same DNA. They do not read the same material. You do not want to write a book for everybody, because if you found something that they both like, it does not exist. You are literally trying to create something that does not and cannot exist. Try better. Yeah. Instead, what is it that is so specific and so niche sensitive that it ends up creating a fan base, and it ends up bringing people you did not intend to be fans of it as well? That's magical. That's magic. That's cool.
So Ron had asked something in the beginning about, and I agree with him. Would you do a series? Would you do TV? Would you do a movie? Would do you think that your books would make better video games? Because you had talked about your love of video games, or a better movie. Which if you could have your books made into anything, would you rather see it as a video game then?
Dan, did you pitch this to did you give this to Sean as a
No, I'm just saying, based on what you just said, would you rather see it as a video game or
Speaking of video games,
I'm looking at Dan right now. I'm like, you son of a gun. You. This is a cold question, Sean.
No, I swear to I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I am super confused right now.
Oh my goodness. That's fantastic. So we are about to release a mobile game for Ruins of the Earth.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, all right. So that makes sense then. So I swear to God that wasn't going anywhere. I just thought you were talking about how the Russian mafia working with movies, right? And I thought, okay.
You tried to stay away from that one, right?
That just seemed to make sense.
YouTube is gonna flag this so hard.
Yep, not for kids.
nah.
Big question. And I'm sure you get this a lot, but have you killed off a character in your novels that you wish you hadn't? Uh-oh. There you go.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
And that's the show.
Thanks. On that note, have a great night, everybody.
Come on. Everyone's done that, right? Like, shoot, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Or your fans are like, no, why?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Much more of the latter.
Yeah.
Okay. So any of my fans on here, yeah, Keith, has he killed off a character? Wow.
Okay. Well,
Dude.
I hit a nerve there.
Yeah.
Look at Darth Maul. You can
key
always
was that
find a
you
way
wish-
to bring a character back.
Right. Yeah, in the multiverse.
That's right. So I have Ron, perfect question. There you go. You're getting props here, Ron. Nicely done. I'm sweating now. God, I'm sweating.
I tried to put a spin on it, like a character you were like, no, I made a mistake there. Shoot.
Yeah.
There's no way he's incinerated. There's no way to bring him back.
We prefer using an airlock.
Yeah, there's really no way to
flushed
bring
out
that
an
guy
airlock.
back.
Boy, what a beautiful question. So I have a couple rules that I established very early on for myself, and one of them, I'll give a few here. One of them is if I do kill a character, I have a list.
If you do,
If I kill a character, actually, let me back up. When I write a book, I have to laugh out loud at least once, and I have to cry at least once.
okay.
It's my personal litmus test. If I haven't accomplished that, then I have not written what I consider a Christopher Hopper novel. Right. Victoria Gherkin, who's the head of acquisitions for Podium Publishing, actually said during an interview, much like this, I credit her to saying this because she said, Christopher writes science fiction with a soul. And I was like, man, I don't have any tattoos, but I would get one that said that. Right on a little tramp stamp right there. But I knew what she meant, and I appreciated it, which is really that idea that there needs to be heart in the book. It can't just be a plot-driven book, but their characters drive life, and so therefore characters must drive stories. And so I have to laugh and I have to cry. One of the best ways I can cry is to kill someone. But that's not totally true. There's lots of other ways to cry. I am a bit hyperbolic there, but when this is true, can't confirm. When a character dies, it must be important.
Yeah,
it must have a reason. It is usually well thought out. I know in the book who is going to die. And it has to serve a purpose that drives the story forward and does something to, especially in the military sci-fi, to the band of brothers, if you will, band of sisters, this sense of belonging to this family. It's one of the core tropes, and you have to honor that. And do it too much, that you'll get people, they'll divorce you. But don't do it enough. Or, and this I said one of the rules, if someone dies, they do not come back. I hate that.
No multiverse?
What's that?
No multiverse?
Literally, I come out of my skin. Like, I will stop watching something when somebody comes back to. I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to swear.
I mean, I know you saw it blow up, but I wasn't there.
Yeah. But I'm just like, because I think what you do is, so this is the thing for me. There are certain things in the human experience that are terminal. And for me, this is just Christopher Hopper. Okay, no one else has to share this. I love Marvel, but Marvel Multiverse, I'm just like, oh my God, you lost me.
Here, everybody comes back.
One of the things that makes life beautiful is that it's terminal. And if we yank an audience around too much with the very thing we're all actually secretly afraid of, which is our own mortality, then I feel like you're just manipulating now. You're just playing too loosey-goosey with the most severe problem every single one of us will have to reckon with. And I just don't go there. If I just don't. For me, I can't go there.
And
So,
I respect that, because there was a time that you would watch a movie and the main character would be running and someone would be chasing him. You're like, they're not going to die. They're the main character.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you don't go into it with, hey, look, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
And so to answer your question, Ron, because I do have an answer, and I've been circling to get to it. Have I killed? It needed me to frame it this way, because or else my answer would feel way too pithy in my mind. Have I killed a character that I wished I hadn't? Yes, every single one.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And that's how I know it works.
Nice.
There is a character, Bumper. Sorry for, oh crap. Never mind.
Spoiler warning.
Didn't know. There is a character who has a bumper on his car.
Sure he does.
And that scene, I wept. I wept like a baby. That's gonna sound so weird to anybody that doesn't really love storytelling, but I wept. And anytime I write, and we hate you for it. Anytime I write about this group of warriors, and I think about Bumper in the back of my head. I do. It's weird, man. He does not exist except in my mind and the minds of anyone who have read the story. But that for me is powerful. As you should. I can't wait.
Wept.
I can't wait.
This is the controversial part of the show.
Yeah. Right.
That's awesome.
Wow. Thank you, Kim. That's beautiful.
So do you want to give us any teaser or tell us a little bit about this video game that we kind of stumbled into here?
Yeah, you stumbled into it, John. It looks like we're releasing it here in February. Just put up the company just put up a couple promo spots across all the socials yesterday. I think it was that yesterday, Dan, that you saw?
Yeah.
I think I saw something the other day.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's free. It's not pay to play. There are no upcharges. It's totally forever free. It's a thank you to the fans. That's what it is. It's a pure thank you to the fans.
Nice.
I'll get my son to play it. He loves games.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and we modeled it after a kind of the like Diablo, like the
top down
quarter view, top down sort of.
Okay, yeah.
So it's got a bit of a classic retro feel to it.
Nice.
And it's just a shooter game, and you get to be Wick in the books, who's the main character. You get to have Sir Charles, which is his talking alien rifle.
Nice.
You get to have a few squad members. I just got an update today that they're adding some new dynamics to some of the mission aspects, and I mean, and you talk about pushing the edges of the technology because we're using human and AI collaboratively with this platform. It is amazing what they're able to do and how fast they're able to do it.
That's the key.
And this company is, I mean, they're working with Paramount and Disney and whatever, and they wanted to make one for Ruins of the Earth because the CEO loves the books. And I'm like, cool, let's go. Let's go.
That is cool.
So if you continue down this road, then Nikki can bring Bumper back.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mickey.
Be a video
God,
game.
Nikki.
Right.
Jeez, would you just listen to Sean here. He's speaking very reasonably.
That's funny.
Very cool.
That's good.
Amazing. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm totally as soon as we're done with this, I'm hitting Audible.
And
I'm gonna do it during the show, but I don't want to be rude.
I should probably, the publisher would be sad if I didn't say, Look, very good. So book 7 in that series, people were emailing me today. I haven't even seen when it drops, but it's coming very soon. Maybe they want to drop that in the chat, but after like a 2 or 3 year break, book 7 is now going to be released. Book 8 I was working on today. It's almost done, and it will go into production in the recording studio with Christopher Grant. And then I'll start book 9. So I agreed to do 3 more books, and we'll see if people want more. So
nice.
Oh,
sweet.
By the comments, they do. So
yeah. Fair enough.
Love it. They love it.
Yeah. I don't write anymore because I need the money. I write so that I don't get murdered in my sleep. Right. So.
Right.
Or have someone show up with a 2x4 and a mallet,
Yeah. Okay, so on that note, if you don't mind me making a slight pitch, I know I've been.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
pitched the game and I pitched
Here
the
we
books.
go.
But one last thing is we do something called HopperCon, which is a 3-day event in our backyard here in northern New York in the Thousand Islands area. It is very limited. We only allow 100 people on the property, and tickets just went on sale for previous year's attendees, as well as anyone who was a former paid subscriber to the Hopperverse. But the remaining tickets will go on sale to the general public March the 1st. So they can go to ChristopherHopper.com and just click on HopperCon if they want more information for that. But it is a group of, it's just this, except we get to sit in lawn chairs around a huge bonfire and drink bourbon until 2 a.m. It's great. So, yeah. So you're invited, gentlemen, is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
Check out the link.
Thank you.
If I would have known we were supposed to do this with bourbon, it would have changed everything.
Yeah.
What do you think's in here?
Started with that.
That's funny.
Very good.
Cool. Well,
All right, Dan, you want to plug anything?
Yeah. Any advertising or anything you want to do?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. Well, we're coming to the end. So, yeah, I guess we can throw up a little commercial break, even though it's not a break because it's toward the end. And then we'll say our
That's the
goodbyes.
best time for commercials, either all at the
right.
beginning or
end,
all at the end.
Yeah, that's
Right,
right. That's
Amazon?
Now, it's not the new one. It's still the old one, but here it is.
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. Oh, it's beautiful.
There you go. I just wanted to make sure Dan got his plug in there.
There you go. I love it. I love
Merchandising.
it.
That's right. Yeah. So anybody who is out there that likes this show, hopefully more people like this show. Because we're gonna have more guests than just Chris. I mean, obviously Chris is the first one of the year. So
all
we
right.
do this. Yeah. This is
Wow.
This is the review show. We only do this one at the last Tuesday of every month, and and then this is it. This is it.
Cool.
All of us guys and hanging out and talking nerdy stuff, and we want more guests. So check us out every Tuesday. Oh, not every Tuesday, every last Tuesday of every month, and you'll see us all the time. So yeah, that's about it. I do have. I'm gonna start doing more reviews on my own of movie reviews, but that's not this. This is its own
He's
thing
going
now.
solo.
That's right. I'll be going solo. Yeah, but yeah, Chris, thank you for being here, man.
My pleasure.
Definitely appreciate it. And before we go, because we do talk about movies a lot, what movie are you looking forward to this year? If any. If any.
Wow. I'm completely drawing a blank. I'm not gonna lie.
What's coming out? Yeah.
Because I am so focused either on catching up on stuff that has come out, trying to keep up with my kids, or I'm just in creator land. Looking forward to the new Mario film. All right. See, I didn't even know that was coming out.
Did you know He-Man is coming out?
I did see that.
Okay.
I did see that. Yes, thank you. Thank
yeah.
you. I'm not sure how I felt about the trailer, to be honest with you.
I
Trailer.
yeah.
Okay.
It didn't do anything to me
Trying
either.
to not say anything. Wow.
Yeah, and I'm kind of
rip it apart.
I'm kind of split. I don't know what I'm gonna think about the Mandalorian movie. I'm hoping.
I'm not even looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's isn't it? So they both fall into the same category of I'm going to watch them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the source material is magical, and it's like don't. I'm not gonna say it so we don't get strikes against. Don't F with that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like don't F with it.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit like
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, because the first season and the second season of Mandalorian was good.
Yeah.
And then they
Then
screwed
something
it up. And then and then now this movie, and we're like, I don't know.
Yeah. They realized it took a terrible turn with the Boba Fett stuff, and then they're like,
Yeah,
let's
really
just do a movie. And it's like, no, that's not the answer.
They Jar Jar Binksed it, guys. They Jar Jar Binksed it.
They did. Not even the good Sith Lord one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yep.
God.
Agreed.
Yeah. So I hate to be a party pooper, but I can't sit here and tell you I'm looking forward to anything because I
agree.
haven't.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is the Avengers, honestly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, and unfortunately, we got to wait all the way to December.
For that one.
Yeah.
There's
think
constantly
December
stuff
18th.
being leaked. So
Yeah.
I did enjoy.
I'm not watching any of the leaks.
Yeah.
Nope.
I did enjoy some stuff this past year. For I'm a big F1 fan and a big motorsport fan. So seeing the F1 movie was really cool. Our whole family is into motorsport, so that was fun.
yeah.
I just finished watching Nuremberg with Russell Crowe, and it followed the Nuremberg trials, but really it's about Major Douglas Kelly, who was the psychiatrist for Hermann Göring just before the trials. It's intense. It's very well done. So yeah, I mean, I think there were some great films from 2025 that will stick with me.
Yeah.
Who knows with 2026 that we'll see.
Right. This is true.
If they try to make Thundercats and they screw it up, I will never forgive cinema.
Yeah. There's certain things I just don't.
Yep. Totally agree.
Yeah.
He-Man is one of them. Just
I'm good with the remake. Let's come up with new ideas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Well said. Well, guys, thank you for having me. This was a real treat.
Yes, it was.
I really enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Hey,
very
thanks
cool.
for
We didn't
coming.
scare him away. That's a first.
Sweet.
No, just let me know. I'll come back. This is wonderful. Great.
Good. Yeah, we'd love to have you back. I'm sure. There's many more questions we could probably ask.
Yep.
An
Have you ever
hour's too
killed a
short.
character. No, sorry.
Have you ever taken a handsaw and
Right.
wrong genre?
Right.
Thank you, Shelly.
All right.
Cool.
Yes. Thank you everybody who was here. David the Ghost. Oh, my brother was watching. Sweet.
There you go.
Awesome. New channels to follow. Thanks, guys. I love it.
Yes, thank you guys. Yeah, so everybody who's here, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Chris, thank you for being here. Ron, Sean, pleasure as always.
Yep,
and
same.
now we say goodbye.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
And then we make up our own music, and
we do. Yeah.
you know,
Awesome.
don't forget to share and like and subscribe,
Awesome.
because that's the best thing to do.
Laters.
All right. Yeah, that's right.